Hey everyone, I know it's normally welcome to my table, but I'm working at my kitchen counter right now. Sometimes I like to switch it up, especially when I like to stand and work. So I am making some new spring journals, and I just thought I would bring you along to see kind of what I start with and where it goes. So what you're looking at right now is the basis of this journal, and it's actually just a cereal box. And I have cut down one of the sides. I guess I should have waited and saved that for videoing, but I've cut one of the sides off a little bit. And um, so I've got the front, one end, and the back. And I always like to flip mine inside out because this pattern is going to go on the inside. I'll cover that with cardstock, especially when the fabric that I'm using to cover the journal is lighter. Today I'm using a sheet, and I found this sheet. I thrifted it at the Goodwill, and when I saw it, I instantly knew that it would be beautiful for spring journals. Um, it has, let's see if I can show it off. Oh, that's the back side. It has this wonderful spring daisy flower on it. It's like a taupe color, and then the green and the yellow, and it just gave me spring vibes. And I'm probably gonna do something like a whimsical Disney theme with these journals. I'm thinking maybe Bambi, spring Disney critters. So that is what I'm working on. I'm making 4 of them. So the first thing I'm gonna do is cut the box. Then what I did was I took white felt, and using my hot glue gun, I covered the inside of the box in the white felt. And the inside of the box is going to be my outside of the box. The colored side is going to be my inside. I'll cover that with cardstock, and cardstock will cover the bright colors better um, than the fabric will. Because even with like a layer of felt like I have done on the outside, the journals will still see through the bright colors on the cereal boxes sometimes. So I have a white canvas to start with. I'm going to grab my piece of sheet, and I'm just going to kind of lay it out and see. I have one that's like cut a little bit smaller already, um, where I want this flower to lay on it. So I think I'll start on the bottom. I think I like this flower kind of laying over the edge, and then it kind of trickles to the back, but it's not as full on the back side. So once I get a basic like area of where I want it, I just kind of like lay it out. I cut, and I tend to rip my fabric. Ripping fabric does give it a battered edge, but this is going to be hidden anyways, and it tends to keep it straighter for me. So I'll give it a little cut and then pause while I rip. I've already covered 2 of these this morning. My son was not feeling well when he woke up, so he is staying home from school, and I'm going to go in half day, and he will stay home. But that's about where I want it to lay. And then I'm just going to flip it over and kind of make sure that the edges are a little bit more even. So this edge looks good. This edge has like a decent amount on it. Pull away some of the strings. That is the negative to ripping your fabric, is you often get lots of strings. That doesn't bother me. This side is a little bit big still. I'm going to cut a little bit more off. I usually say like you want like a little bit more than an inch on each side when you're covering it. All right. So now I'm going to flip it back over. And I am going to use Mod Podge for this part. Mod Podge matte is what I am using. I got mine at the thrift store. Whenever I can get it on a bargain, I always take it. It was a brand new bottle for 50 cents. So, and I'm going to use my paintbrush to spread this around. Now, you want to avoid having like a big clump of Mod Podge in an area because sometimes that'll show through too. I have had that happen on thinner fabric journals where I can see where the lines of Mod Podge were. The reason I'm using the felt is because I want this journal to have kind of like more of a plush look to the cover than I normally do. You don't have to do the felt. That's kind of a bonus step. But I'm just going to put this down. I'm not even putting a real thick amount. I am going to sew around the edges of this journal. So once the cover is done, I'm going to sew it. Let me pull this back. Mod Podge in the area over here. I kind of try to spread it in a decent amount. Like this. And then I just give it a good push down on top of it. For this journal, I'm not going to go back over the top with more Mod Podge. I just want to use that Mod Podge as like the basic of the attaching of it. Back again and do the next spot. My son is starting to feel better. Maybe he played me this morning. Who knows? I hear him in the living room. We live in the Midwest, so we did just have like our time change, and that springing forward messes with our schedule so bad in my household. We are night owls, and then like add in the fact that like your body thinks it's an hour earlier than what it is. And that is the mixing of trouble for us. So let's see, I'm gonna push this down and I give it a really good push. And then when I do this, depending on the fabric, if I can see where the Mod Podge is, I tend to like go and push it a little bit more. Like I see a little bit here. And if it's really noticeable, I might go back and put more in that area. Oh no, I pulled a string in it. Lifted the whole thing. Okay, let's push that back down. And then we'll flip it. And I'm going to push it again. Now, on this side, before I pull these pieces of fabric over, I cut the corners off. So I just come on each side and I cut off some of the corner. So that way when I go to tuck this over, there's not like a ton of fabric covering the area. So so now I'm just going to take my Mod Podge and I'm going to start with the top and the bottom. The longer sides is what I prefer to start with. Put a layer of Mod Podge, and I will use a little bit more Mod Podge on this side, and I'll go over the front and the back to make sure that these edges are really down good. So that one's good. Then we're going to go up and do the top part. And pull this down. I like to use my hands sometimes. I know I get glue all over them. K through 2 art teacher. It doesn't bother me. Going back over it one more time to make sure that we have this really good glued down good. And then now it's time to do the ends. So we'll start over here. Pull this over. Push it down real good. It looks like it needs a little bit more. Like I said, on this side, I do not go light on the glue. I really do use a lot. Try to really make that stay. And then this one over. Now, I do like to put the metal corners on my journals, which helps to hide a little bit of like where the corners come together. And I will show that in another video. I had a request for that last week. So this is down really good. Great. And so then this is the back side, which will be the inside of the journal when it dries. And the front side looks like this. So I hope you enjoyed this like mini, just a part of the journal cover, but how to cover the outside of a journal in fabric. And I will be back soon with more videos. I will see you all later.